Hello, my name is Sarah Peta-Moore, and I'm the project manager for our group, Motherboards of Invention. This is our presentation for Deliverable 4, the final project presentation for pediatric TBI, falls in young children. Under the direction of our external mentor, it was our group's overall goal to raise awareness in the general public of how falls in young children can be prevented. This is especially important in that parents and guardians may not understand the impact that TBI may have on a child. It may not also be understood that there are simple steps to prevent injuries from recurring. Our goal is outlined such that our project's web application must be designed to reach as many people in the target demographic as possible, regardless of their means. That is, the web app must be accessible to all. The web application was also designed to be interactive, such that it engages the user. This is to promote an interesting and memorable learning experience. When our team conducted preliminary research into pediatric falls, there was realized a long-felt need for a prevention resource. This was twofold. One, that such injuries take extreme time, resources, and monetary loss from hospitals and patients. And two, that while there is such an emerging market for mobile health, there are very few resources that can be used to learn about traumatic brain injury. It was our task to develop a tool that seeks to alleviate the public need. During the development and execution of the project, our team made the following contributions. Our 3 developers were Ryan Shibana, who worked on the Jenkins build, set up all hover image examples, coded the quizzes, and aided in the survey. Kevin Lee, who contributed to the Learn section, homepage, and application responsiveness for desktop and mobile devices. He was also instrumental in the initial application structure and setup. And Ryan Lewis, who initially discovered and integrated the React quiz and image hovers, worked on quiz questions and the layout of the application. Our quality assurance was by Jeff Mason, who analyzed mentor content, worked on content drafting, and documentation. Finally, I was the project manager and worked on quality assurance, responsible for task distribution, usability analysis and survey creation, hover image examples, mentor content analysis, and documentation. Here's an updated Gantt chart, including our tasks for deliverables 4 and 5. The PDF version of our presentation links to the full Gantt chart for you to read in full. And now the application demo. Here's the deployed site for our final project. With every commit during development, our app is deployed on HDAP. The landing page provides an overview for the target audience. First, there is classic reading content for more traditional resource learning. This page illustrates some prevention methods for traumatic brain injury, symptoms, and treatment. There are also resources that a user may view externally to the site for more information. Then we have an interactive image explorer that lets a user view common rooms in a household to identify dangers. Here we have 4 rooms of a house represented: the living room, bathroom, kitchen, and bedroom. When a user hovers over different areas of the room, helpful TBI tips are shown in concurrence. I had no idea that babies can fall off sinks. Even the floor is dangerous. Lastly, there is a quiz to test the knowledge of what we have learned. And I will start this quiz. So it shows the correct and incorrect answers for all, so that people can learn from their mistakes. Thus concludes our application demo, and now back to the presentation. During the application development, as described in our previous deliverables, there were stages of evaluation that we conducted. First, technical assurance that, for every commit of new changes, a Jenkins build is triggered from new commits on the repository, which will attempt to update the Rancher Docker instance. If the Jenkins build is successful, we would ensure updated changes in the HDAP URL. Next, we in quality assurance provided feedback for the application as it is changed, including content evaluation in real time. Finally, in the later stages of the application development, we conducted a human-computer interaction study. A user survey was created to the evaluation of interaction between the user and the application. Here is a link to our survey for the TBI app evaluation. The questions and responses are also given in the project folder under Research. The following represents some of the user survey results. Overall, the design of the interface was well received. The application was deemed by the majority of the survey respondents as simple and easy to use, with proper navigation. There was high learnability of the content, given the different manners of learning and interactivity of the Image Explorer. On the flip side, we received usability feedback for improvement. It was expressed that we could add to the robustness of the site by adding more pictures and quiz questions. Also, users expressed some issue with the navigation on some devices, suggesting that the application portability should be researched. Further, one survey participant felt strongly that the motivation of the site should not be a friendly reminder to parents to keep their children safe, but should also be scary, giving the grave outcomes of TBI and waking parents up, so to speak, regarding these dangers. Our project was successful in addressing the two goals of accessibility and interactivity. The site is objectively interactive, with many different learning styles given to parents. Further, the site was made with relatively simple requirements, so it should be accessible to many parents on a range of devices. It does not present overly complicated data. We were also successful in achieving the vision of the external mentor, as expressed by her feedback. Our group did face multiple challenges during the project. First, there were communication difficulties and conflicting schedules, causing timeline adjustments and delays. There were issues with extracting meaningful data from the research provided to us and finding outside resources to reference. We also found ourselves scaling down on some of our ideas, given our time frame for the semester. Lastly, while we had survey participants, the target audience we most wanted was not fully represented in our analysis. Given the aforementioned feedback and challenges, our group can see some future plans for development of the content and the site overall. The content of the site can be expanded to include more quiz questions and child-related spaces. There can also be a quick access information bar for parents whose children have just suffered a traumatic brain injury. As far as future development goals, our ideas were to provide an interactive game that gave points to participants for identifying all dangers in the Image Explorer. There could be a mobile application for this game, and even augmented reality capabilities to evaluate one's own home. Thank you. We hope that you've enjoyed our final project and presentation.